right away. So for physical training, this week we'll analyze the training camp with Elevate Webiplex Pro Cycling. So to start, before we go into detail in each training day, I thought it would be interesting to describe a typical training camp day. So a typical day starts at about 7 a.m. Personally, I take the first 15 minutes to review my goals for the day, to do a mobility session and some breathing exercise. At 7:30, I am having breakfast. So our soigneur usually prepare us omelets, oatmeals, fruit, and a lot of coffee. And between 8:30 and 9 a.m., it's free time. So I personally like to take out a book and do some brain training. At 9:30, everyone is ready to leave for the ride, so our mechanic made sure that our bikes are in perfect condition, so everything is ready to go. When we return from the ride in the afternoon, lunch is served. Most of the time, lunch includes a lot of carbs, a complete protein, and a smoothies. In the afternoon, it's free time, so we take the opportunity to really relax. Some people would take a nap. We'll all get a massage. I'll probably meditate and relax. It's by far the calmest moment of the day. After dinner, the whole team gather in the living room, either to do some video analysis to improve our technical and our tactical ability as a team, and someday the video analysis will be replaced by a meeting with the sponsors. Finally, around 8:30 p.m., everyone goes in their room. Our little personal routine is to include a stretching session, followed by a review of the day, planning for the next, and finally a little bit of reading. Usually my lights, not my lights, but lights are closed around 8:45 and 10 p.m., so it gives me a little sleep of a little bit more than 9 hours. So now if you look at the training more specifically, the two first days were quite easy. With traveling and everything, there was no rush to start the training camp strong. So the real first day of training camp was Thursday. So 5 hours and 45 minutes, 144 kilometers with a little less than 3,000 meters of elevation. The beginning of the workout was devoted to a lead-out exercise. So the way we do it is that our manager divided our team into two separate teams, and the goal was to win the small race. So the race were on a completely flat course of approximately 5 minutes, so only to simulate like the last 3K of a race. Depending on the composition of my team, the strategy changed a lot. So for example, if my team had one of the best sprinters, we made sure to do everything to make the race finish in a sprint. On the other hand, if my team was mainly composed of non-sprinters, we would make sure to attack left and right and try at all costs to ensure that the race did not end in the sprint. After the lead out, we went up to Mountain Village and made sure to do the last 15 minutes of the climb at race pace. And finally, we ended up the day with 30 minutes all out, last man standing. It was like a race to the death until we got to the last intersection before home. So going crazy. Friday, it was a shorter day, so about 3 hours and 20 minutes and 110K. The main intensity series during the day was to do a 14 time trial of approximately 10 minutes. Again, the team were split into two. The objective was really quite simple. One team started 15 seconds before the other team, and the second team would try to bring back the first team. So it was really perfect to practice our ability to bring back a late breakaway that is very strong. Saturday, we went to a Criterium race to do the first race of the year. Unlike last year, we easily won that race by attacking like constantly until a favorite breakaway was created. This year, our goal was to wait for the sprint to practice our lead out. So in the end, we completely failed. The team finished second, third, fourth, and like sixth, I think, leaving the first place to Justin Williams. Honestly, I really think to lose the first race of the year was a good thing for our team. After the initial frustration, we had a constructive conversation, and I really believe that overall it will allow us to get to the next races with a more precise and carry the plane more efficiently. So Monday, a big day on the bike, a lot of PBs for me for 2020, 6 hours and 24 minutes on the bike, 187 kilometers, 2,897 meters of elevation. It was pretty simple, honestly. It was a race to the top on each climb. For those who look a lot at numbers, on the last climb of about 135 kilometers into the ride, I did 18 minutes at 422 watts at 71 kilogram. It was only 5 seconds from the K1 that James took last year on our training camp. I almost got you, James. Maybe next year. Thursday, we just did a coffee ride. Honestly, after the big days of training, it felt really, really good. And finally, Wednesday, we did 4 hours and 49 minutes, 153 kilometers, 2,900 meters of elevation. It was a day at like a sustained pace, a little bit like that of a peloton that is tracing a strong breakaway. And we added an additional effort of 50 minutes of the famous Mount Palomar. I didn't have my Garmin and no watts and no time, so unfortunately, I cannot tell you about it. So overall, it gives me a total of 26 hours and 28 minutes and 1,300 TSS for the 7 days of training camp. So not too much time on the bike, but a lot of stress on the body.